Look on his...
Honey, I don't look. I'm looked at. Who is it?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Karen was a savage on Will and Grace.
Rule number 1. Unless you're served in a frosted glass, never come within 4 feet of my lips.
For this list, we're looking at Karen's fiercest moments and clapbacks, and most ruthless remarks throughout the series run. What's your favorite Karen Walker quote? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, pretend to care.
And if you can't deal with that, then you are even more pathetic than I thought.
Get out of here.
Go to hell!
No, I mean it. I want you out of here in 2 weeks. You don't live here anymore.
Isn't it the worst when your friends fight and you're caught in the middle? Luckily for Will and Grace, they have the famously selfless Jack and the known for her altruism Karen to bring them back together.
Pretend to care. Pretend to care.
Oh, I got it. What we need is a plan. Some way to get them in the same room together.
Oh, honey, that's genius. Write that down.
During a brainstorming session, they whine about how this feud has impacted them and scheme a way to get their friends to reconcile. Only, it's tough to come up with a decent plan when you're not used to thinking about others.
Where can we take them where there'll be small people eating cake? Oh! Shoot, I just spilled on this invitation to a child's birthday party.
After some serious attempts at pretending to care, the writing is on the children's birthday party invitation. They might have been driven by selfish and egotistical needs, but they got the job done all the same. Number 9, a public pool's no place for Karen Walker. When her stepson Mason makes the swim team, Karen is forced to step out of her comfort zone and go to a public pool. Of course, she arrives, cocktail in hand, and she's barely there 5 seconds before making her feelings about the situation abundantly clear.
Lord, can't believe I'm at a public pool. Why doesn't somebody just pee directly on me?
However, we soon learn that she needn't have bothered showing up at all since she missed the race anyway. If she hadn't, though, we wouldn't have heard her brutal takedown of one of the other moms.
Nothing. Not even a housekeeper. I find that appalling.
Oh, yeah? Well, I find stretch pants appalling, but I'm too much of a lady to mention it.
Even when she tries to engage with her softer and more maternal side, it still results in a hilariously cutting moment.
Well, how the hell am I supposed to know what they look like wet? This was silk. Mason, talk to that kid. He's got some lovely words for you.
At the very least, we hope Mason ended up getting her heartfelt message at some point. Number 8, a devoted wife. You could describe Karen Walker in many ways, but a devoted wife probably isn't one of them.
Stan has been so good to me, honey. Oh, and all of the sweet memories they bring back. On my knees in Belize.
Don't get us wrong, Karen does genuinely seem to love her husband, and not only because he's super rich, but she often has a funny way of showing it. For instance, she takes on parenting duties when Stan is unavailable for a parent-teacher conference.
We'll do a little mud, a little seaweed, totally detox. And then we'll get plastered and we'll go over to my stepkid's school for a little parent-teacher conference.
However, she tries to drag Jack along with the promises of a spa day and some heavy drinking. But where is the father of her 2 stepchildren, you might ask? Well, you'll have to ask someone else because Karen does not know.
Honey, Stan can't make it. He's having some work done on his Mercedes. Or his kidneys. I wasn't really paying attention.
Here's hoping Stan really did say Mercedes. Number 7, no one else matters. Karen Walker is a straight shooter. That's why we love her. But she doesn't care who gets burned while she's telling it as it is.
Blah, blah. Shift it! Come on!
Karen, she's not going.
Excuse me? Mink trumps felt.
After marrying Rosario, Jack moves into her mansion, which soon causes friction between the besties. Remember how indelicately she broke the news that his bird was missing?
Sometimes bad things happen to you.
I'm not following.
Oh, screw it. Bird is gone.
Tensions come to a head when Jack sees how badly Karen treats Rosario and cools off their friendship until she changes her ways. However, he overestimates her capacity for compassion, and she fires back with this biting retort.
Jack, let me paint you a little picture of life here at Shea Walker. You may want to sit down for this. Nobody matters but me. Good night.
She might be cold and caustic, but at least she's honest.
Oh, honey, it's good to be back.
Oh, don't ever leave me, cupcake.
Well, I guess everybody's happy. Sorry to throw you off.
And much like Rosario, we wouldn't want her any other way. Number 6. Karen Walker doesn't do emotions. After Stan's heart attack, everyone rushes to the hospital to rally around Karen in her time of need. However, it soon becomes a contest over who she will open up to first.
Those pigs are making bets on when I'm going to turn on the waterworks.
Would you like me to tell your friends the news?
Let's wait on that for a little bit.
Karen finds out and decides to mess with her friends in retaliation, playing each one like a fiddle.
Well, I have a little problem with that because, you see, I'm not an orange. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't do this.
Honey, I can't tell you what this means.
She asks Rosario to clean the entire hospital, convinces Will to go out with an obnoxious guy, has Jack cut up his credit cards, and persuades a needle-phobic Grace to donate blood. In the end, she reveals the truth and reminds them exactly with whom they are dealing.
You played with me and you lost. Let that be a lesson to you. I think you forgot, kiddies. Karen Walker doesn't do emotions. Now get the hell out of here.
Karen can often be unnecessarily callous, but in this case, her friends had it coming. Number 5. Anytime she mentions Will and Grace's dysfunctional relationship.
I'm gonna head back to my place. Just don't understand why someone would subject themselves to a constant barrage of insults day after day.
Will and Grace's crazy dynamic is usually one of Karen's favorite targets for savagery, and she often has some personalized insults ready to whip out at a moment's notice. She doesn't find their chemistry quite as entertaining as the rest of us, often calling out their less than amusing jokes or boring personalities.
Twins who are joined at their boring personalities.
Grace and I are now totally independent. Separate homes, separate lives.
Sure, we think Will and Grace are hilarious, but not as funny as Karen's barbed takedowns of their admittedly dysfunctional relationship.
By your inflection, I can tell that you think what you're saying is funny, but no.
In one of her fiercest moments, she even calls Will the reason Grace is still single.
The missus before the mistress.
Grace Adler Designs.
Hi, Karen.
Grace, the reason you're not in a relationship's on line 1.
We guess everyone could use a friend like Karen to keep them grounded, but perhaps one whose tongue is not as sharp and whose quips don't leave such a lasting sting. Number 4. Better people. The gang gathers to celebrate Will's birthday, but Karen's seat remains empty.
Everyone hold up your glasses. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Will, you're officially 1 year older. Yeah!
Since this isn't out of character for the facetious socialite, Grace and Jack continue with the celebrations, counting down to the exact moment Will was born and giving him his presents. Karen turns up fashionably late, gift in hand, with an all-too-honest excuse for her tardiness.
Hi, guys. Sorry I'm late, but I wanted to make sure I missed most of dinner.
Will and Karen don't often see eye to eye, but she seems genuinely apologetic at first. Soon enough, Karen spots some people she'd rather be with and quickly abandons her friends.
Listen, I just wanted to thank you for inviting me. I know that we've had our differences in the past, but really, when you get right down to... Oh, look, better people.
Ah, Karen, just as we thought we saw a glimpse of kindness, she pulled the rug out from beneath us.
Did you feel anything afterwards?
Yeah, for a few minutes, but like every high, it eventually wore off.
Now that's cold. Number 3, getting others to carry out her savagery. As we've seen, Karen is never short of a cutting comment or razor-sharp retort.
Those aren't scallops, honey. Those are Rosario's teeth marks. Finally had to hold her head like a can opener, let her go all the way around.
And nothing can stop her from delivering that slap in the face, even if someone else has to do it for her. In this episode, she and Jack are tasked with bringing a cake to Will's parents' anniversary party.
What are you talking about?
Bad experience on that elevator. Horrible! If my brain could still send signals to my face, you could see the terror in my eyes.
However, due to a traumatic elevator experience, they must carry it up 80 flights of stairs. At one point, they realize they've left the cake behind and retrace their steps to retrieve it.
I had to carry the cake all the way up here.
What cake?
This cake! Oh my God!
Both are exhausted by all this extra stair climbing. Still, Karen's not too tired to leave her sting, just too drained to deliver it herself.
Hey, come here. A little bit closer. Listen, I'm too tired to slap you. Bash your face against my palm, would you?
Fortunately, Jack is willing to help. Number 2, Rosario messes up. The live episode in season 8 gave us plenty of laugh out loud moments.
Welcome to my home. Wouldn't be my birthday without you. Oh, Marlo, look at you. Vintage 60s with a plunging neck. Oh, and I like your dress, too.
It also brought us one of Karen's most detailed and viciously entertaining quips. Will, Grace, and Jack discover that for years, Karen has hosted lavish birthday parties and never invited them.
Unbelievable. All these years, we've been taking Karen out on her birthday because we felt bad she didn't have a party.
And all along, she was having this huge thing behind our backs.
I know.
Karen's livid that Rosario slipped up and lets her have it.
I think the real mistake was when your father spotted your mother across a crowded swamp. Dragged her back to his hut and made you.
The punchline paints quite a picture and is perfectly emblematic of Karen's cold, brutal, and wicked tongue. While it's complete and utter unbridled savagery, it also packs plenty of laughs. Karen's talent for delivering such iconic zingers goes unrivaled.
Why don't you just say something?
Well, I'm a proud woman, Jackie. Sometimes it's hard for me to talk about my feelings. Plus, I'm high most of the time, so there's that.
We don't know whether to chuckle or rush her victims to the burn unit. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Karen versus Val. She has no time for people who go against her values.
Well, now my drink's talking it. So, drink me. I make life more fun.
Poor people jewelry. Never buy Karen Walker flowers unless they're made of diamonds or gold.
Oh, hey, somebody got some flowers, huh? Or as I like to call them, poor people's jewelry.
Not Karen's type. That's gonna be an awkward ride home later.
Yes, it is I. I would like to spend time with you.
So not my type.
Taking down Aunt Honey. Poor Aunt Honey's no match for Karen's barbed tongue.
Well, I guess these things can be used for pain. So, how'd you hurt your back? Running away from good taste?
Don't expect an apology. Unless you're willing to go to court, don't seek out remorse from Karen Walker.
The only other person I've ever apologized to was my mother, and that was court-ordered. So please accept my apology in the spirit in which it was intended, or I'll kick you in the genitals.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Clapping back at Grace's fashion fiascos. Who needs the fashion police when you know Karen Walker?
Basically, you made me feel like an idiot because you are making a father-son reunion all about you.
Honey, I think maybe it's those pink go-go boots that are making you feel like an idiot.
Grace certainly sports some unique looks over the years, and Karen is always on hand to offer an opinion, whether it's wanted or not. And if she's not calling Grace's fashion choices a Fiesta del failure, she's probably distracted by her hair instead.
Honey, what's going on with your hair? Looks like you got moose and squirrel in there.
Karen's found countless creative ways to mercilessly taunt Grace's clothes, so much so that it became a beloved running gag. Although we don't condone this kind of behavior, it's hard to ignore just how hilarious her zingers are.
How do we shut this thing off? You know that I panic in small spaces.
Oh, yeah? Then you might want to rethink those knit pants you were wearing on Monday.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.